Matthew Evans, and I'm Director of Markets at Tech UK. Firstly, I'd like to thank our headline sponsor Ericsson for supporting today's event. Ericsson is one of over 830 tech companies that Tech UK represents. And Tech UK champions technology's role in preparing and empowering the UK for what comes next, delivering a better future for people, society, the economy, and the planet. Our focus areas include creating a comprehensive policy platform with clear asks of government and exploring the application of new and emerging technologies and championing their use. Our markets team, which I lead, identify horizontal and vertical market segments where members can power progress and advance innovation. Today's event is testament to Tech UK's work in this area. Our network future will focus on where innovation and progress can advance in the UK telecom sector, as gigabit and 5G networks are deployed across the country, and how those networks can take advantage of the innovative power of emerging tech. Today's event takes place just before the 1-year anniversary of the Telecoms Security Bill being laid in Parliament, and it will examine the new security framework, the clear trend across the telcos as they themselves take advantage of new digital offerings, as well as the trade and investment possibilities that the accompanying diversification strategy offers. The past 2 years has seen our digital infrastructure stress tested like never before in the dynamic shift towards home working and learning that the pandemic brought upon us. At the same time, resilience of that infrastructure, from cyber through to climate change, has never been more at the forefront of our minds. So I hope today feels like an appropriate reflection point to consider what has happened and look further ahead to the opportunities that have yet to be realised. We will evaluate the progress made in strengthening the UK's networks, fostering a cohesive ecosystem, and the UK's role in the global conversation on tech and telecoms. Crucially, the conference will examine what more needs to be done to set the right path for our network future, serving as a forum for the entire UK telecom supply chain, domestic and international, incumbent and new entrants. I just want to give you an idea of the agenda today. I'm particularly delighted to welcome Julia Lopez, MP, Minister of State for Media, Data and Digital Infrastructure at the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport, to give today's opening keynote address. We will also hear from Ericsson's CEO, Catherine Ainley, on the telecoms industry view on the policy that is shaping our advanced connectivity. We will then have 3 panels. We'll start with the UK approach, telecoms policy, innovation and future networks, and a discussion of the key principles for building our 5G and future networks, from security, resilience, technological innovation to sustainability and digital inclusion, and how the UK telecoms operators, vendors, and the wider ecosystem are working together on these foundations to help meet the demands and needs of a dynamic UK economy. We'll then have a short break before at 11:45, Matt Warman MP will chair the panel discussion, What Comes Next? Breakthrough Tech for the Telecom Sector, taking a look at the likely impact virtualization, open and autonomous networks, cloud AI and interoperability will have on ensuring our networks are resilient to future trends and threats. Our final session, kicking off after lunch, will focus on building a global coalition for secure digital infrastructure, which will explore the current dialogue and information exchange between different nations and markets, orientating the debate around the UK's role in the global telecoms ecosystem. We'll close with a keynote address from Simon Blagden, CBE, the chair of the Telecoms Diversification Advisory Council, on the progress that has been made in the past year and how the UK is approaching telecoms diversification. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. During each session, you can submit questions using the Q&A functionality, and our chairs and moderators will try to pick them up where they can. You can also chat to other delegates, and I can see people have already been making use of this functionality on the chat functionality at the bottom right of your screen. The platform will remain open during the breaks and for an hour after the conference session ends for you to be able to network with your fellow participants today. Don't forget to join the conversation on social media using the hashtag #OurNetworkFuture. So enough from me. It's now my very sincere pleasure to welcome Julia Lopez, MP, the new Minister of State for Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport. Julia, welcome.
Thank you so much, Matthew, and thanks everybody for being here this morning. As Matthew says, I'm Julia Lopez. I'm the new Minister of State at the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport, and I'm really, really happy to be speaking to you all today. As you know, I've recently joined the ministerial team at DCMS, and it's fantastic to have this chance to speak and get a feel for all the brilliant work that's going on in the telecom sector. Now, as everybody knows, hopefully, the government is committed to providing world-class digital infrastructure across the UK that's affordable, that's secure, and that also drives growth. And we hope this will ensure that people can stay connected, that businesses can grow, and also it's going to play a crucial role in our levelling up agenda. Now, over the last 18 months, with so many of us working from home, contacting loved ones from afar and so on, and then also, obviously, the school remote learning opportunities, it's shown that digital connectivity is now more important than ever. Digital infrastructure also acts as a critical enabler in supporting our priorities, whether that's net zero or global Britain, and we have an ambitious agenda to help us drive this. In the summer, DCMS announced that we're developing a wireless infrastructure strategy to set out the government's long-term ambition for the development, deployment and the adoption of 5G and future wireless networks in the UK. The wireless infrastructure strategy will ensure we can deliver world-class wireless connectivity to the UK, driving growth and innovation in every part of our country. Now, as we develop that strategy, we want to better understand from industry, from consumers and from businesses what wireless connectivity the UK is going to need over the next decade and what more needs to be done if we're going to deliver that. That's why today we've published a call for evidence, which is going to be open until the 24th of November. And we want to hear from as many people and organisations as possible and then use those responses to help us shape the wireless infrastructure strategy. I'd be really grateful if all of you could put forward a response to that. Since January 2019, the UK's gigabit capable coverage has increased from 5.8% to more than 50%, and we hope that's going to rise to 60% by the end of this year. Project Gigabit is ambitious, it's challenging, and it's also central to how we level up. This is levelling up working, and thanks to our local full fibre network programme, Stoke-on-Trent Council now has 113 kilometres of fibre broadband network underneath the city. That was delivered on time, under budget, and it's also a great example of public and private sectors successfully working together. Thanks to that investment in Stoke, the former Spode Works pottery factory in Church Street is being transformed into a centre for fledgling games designers. Kitted out with the latest 3D gaming design technology, we hope it's going to act as a catalyst for bringing more jobs and creative businesses to that town centre. In Tameside, we've had 75 kilometres of fibre that's made it possible to create a high-tech home for creative, tech and digital businesses by repurposing one of the area's most iconic historic buildings, that's Ashton Old Baths. As more places like that are connected, we hope more doors are open to innovation. Working with Network Rail, we've invested £11 million in the TransPennine initiative that creates faster direct fibre routes between Manchester and York. Businesses are now using this trackside network to transfer data at 100 gigabits per second between Leeds and Manchester. And because of that pilot, Network Rail is now going a lot further and plans to upgrade 16,000 kilometres of data cables that will run alongside the UK rail network. That's going to carry information that's essential to running the railway, but also improve phone and data use for passengers. They also want to work with telecom providers so they can use these upgrades to improve connectivity to homes and to businesses. So the potential of this ambitious undertaking, is, as hopefully you can see, is absolutely enormous. Our plan, which is to stimulate investment, to bust barriers and to drive competition, is working. This is the biggest build in UK telecoms history, and the upgrade is set to create tens of thousands of jobs. It really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to provide training and employment for British workers. We're no longer playing catch-up. Through our direct investment in our ambitious programme of market stimulation, we are building ahead of demand, building for future generations. So today I'm delighted that we can announce that more than 1,000 schools have now been connected with gigabit-capable broadband through both our local full fibre networks and rural gigabit connectivity programmes. That's what building back better really looks like. So telecoms becomes more and more critical to the economy. Protecting the safety and security of our networks has never been more important. When the government published the 5G supply chain diversification strategy back in November last year, we set out an ambitious long-term vision for the market that challenges the status quo. Now, where the supply market today is characterised by consolidation and lock-in, we set out our intention to build a healthy market, one built on the principles of openness, competition and innovation. These principles lie at the heart of our work to deliver on the diversification strategy and to support the resilience of UK's telecom networks. That's meant working really closely with industry to understand the barriers that they face, particularly smaller suppliers when entering the market, as well as the higher standards and requirements that operators must hold their networks to if we're going to ensure world-class connectivity that the UK consumer expects. Now, one of the interventions I'm really delighted to announce today is a partnership with Plexel, which is an innovation company, to establish the current and future role for smaller UK businesses in the 5G supply chain. Plexel has led the DCMS London office for Rapid Cybersecurity Advancement Programme, LORCA, for the last 3 years. It supports the UK's highest potential cybersecurity companies to scale up, to create value and solve mission-critical security challenges. We believe the future telecoms network can really benefit from the diverse capability and innovation that smaller UK businesses can offer. To help enable this, Plexel has identified a number of very talented companies with potential for growth and will be spending the next few months providing them with specific support to plot that scaling up journey. This work will inform how we continue to support small businesses in future and help to define the role that companies like these can play in both national and in global telecoms markets. Our work on the telecoms diversification strategy has confirmed that a resilient supply chain has to be a competitive one. Multi-vendor deployments like Open RAN with truly swappable components will break down that vendor lock-in that the global market's used to and begin to realise the best-of-breed approach that Open RAN promises. Innovative and forward-thinking projects like those announced in the diversification strategy last year, like Sonic Labs and Neutron, are leading the charge on this, and I look forward to seeing how the market and our expectations of it evolve with the Future RAN and the continued research and development programme. I'd like to thank our host today, Tech UK, for their support for that diversification strategy and their work with officials to consult with industry for their views. It's been an integral part of taking forward this very, very important agenda. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that reliable digital connectivity really is the bedrock of our society going forward. 5G is unlocking deployment models, use cases, and opportunities that we couldn't even have imagined a few years ago. So if we're going to take full advantage of these opportunities, we have to have confidence in the security and the resilience of our critical national infrastructure. The government launched the £200 million 5G test beds and trials programme in late 2017, and that's going to run until the end of March. The programme supported 36 projects across the UK in many different industries, including manufacturing, healthcare, creative industries, transport, logistics, and many more. Now, in healthcare, I've been delighted to see the recent announcement that one of the 5G test beds and trials projects, West Midlands 5G, has developed a revolutionary 5G connected device that makes it possible to detect bowel cancer at home. So if you're a patient awaiting an endoscopy, you'll be soon able to undertake a similar, less invasive procedure from the comfort of your own home. The project's trialling how you can take a pill-sized camera enabled by 5G and to deliver a colon capsule endoscopy at home under medical guidance. Our Liverpool 5G Create project is also making waves in the health and social care field. That brings 5G-supported public sector technologies to Kensington and Liverpool, which is a digitally deprived community. Liverpool's independent public sector network is one of the largest in Europe, and the team can offer trial participants in the local area free 5G connectivity that gives them access to life-changing technologies they would otherwise be missing out on. Liverpool 5G is currently working across health and social care settings, helping to lessen that digital divide and health inequalities. The team connects a community centre and care home in Kensington, giving residents access to technologies like fall prevention sensors, an AI-supported wound management app, and remote health monitoring. Coming on board soon are 5G-supported GP surgeries, 5G connection for local primary school children who don't have access to connectivity, and an anti-anxiety app with heart rate monitoring for primary school children. 5G smart junctions have been revolutionising the transport and traffic management infrastructure in Manchester, with the aim to reduce congestion and pollution in the centre of that city. The project's using 5G technology to connect sensors at junctions and artificial intelligence systems to cut waiting times at traffic signals. So we bring all of this together. I've been so impressed to see the work of our innovation network, UK 5G, who have launched the first of the 5G vertical campaigns over the summer. This will support the demand side of 5G in these industries. They'll be targeting companies and local areas across the union on what the benefits of 5G could bring to them and the practicalities of how to adopt that technology. The campaigns for the creative and manufacturing industries are now live, with campaigns in transport and logistics and healthcare launching over the next few months. That's going to be a big step so that people really understand the importance of 5G and how it can better their lives and transform their businesses. We announced in September a £4 million competition that will explore ways to make it simpler and quicker for mobile companies to use publicly owned buildings and curbside infrastructure like CCTV poles and traffic signals to host 5G radio equipment. The competition is asking for proposals for consortia piloting the latest innovations in digital asset management platforms. That will enable local councils to more easily share the data that mobile companies need to accelerate those rollout plans and deliver the revolutionary benefits of 5G to people and businesses. That competition is currently open and will be closing on the 18th of November. The Digital Connectivity Infrastructure Accelerator project is the latest in a number of measures announced by our government to level up the UK. This project seeks to bust barriers, holding back the rollout of the lightning-fast digital connectivity that we need. In August, plans were announced to trial the running of fibre broadband cables through drinking water pipes. So as you can see, the 5G testbeds and trials programme and its associated companion projects are really helping to prove that the demand for 5G services is a reality that has to be underpinned by high quality and secure infrastructure. We've shown there is demand for these applications of 5G. Now we have to move into that next phase and drive the adoption to really level up and boost our economy across the union. So thank you so much for all your time this morning, and also to Julie and David and all the team at Tech UK for inviting me to provide the keynote speech today. It's been a pleasure to speak to you all today, and I hope that you have a good time and good exchanges and debates in the panel sessions later on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Julia, for that fascinating opening keynote, which I think really sets up the conference for the day. And I think great sort of point to make around telecom's role in helping level up areas around the whole of the UK, as well as the fantastic opportunities that 5G and the next generation of connectivity can help to deliver in areas such as health and social care. I think also fascinating to hear around the initiatives around trying to drive greater adoption of 5G and next generation technology, something I think we can and should do more on in terms of demand side intervention. But I think also, and Plexel are Tech UK members as well, so fantastic to hear of the partnership with them, looking to bring together innovative UK-based SMEs and developing that capability.